we are at grave risk of losing our dignity. But to recover our dignity or to sustain it, to maintain it, we need to assert our own agency in a dozen different ways. That is the way to be dignified, is to have agency over your life.
Mm.
And to me, that's the core of anarchism, agency. And we have been routinely humiliated by the current system over and over again, day after day, when we're doing things we don't really want to because we're told to by our boss, by petty law, by convention. We are rendered less than being human. And to be fully human is to be dignified. You're absolutely right. But I think with that is constantly in peril in the current system. The heart of the appeal of fascism is this business of agency, of people who feel they've been deprived of agency and humiliated by the system, made to feel that like they don't matter, that their jobs don't matter, that their identity doesn't matter. And fascism answers those needs. So we have to think about what else would answer those needs. And of course, my answer is giving people agency over the decisions that matter to them, not giving power to a fascist and the people around him, but taking power ourselves. That would provide this, it's almost an existential solution, also a spiritual solution to this crisis, this emptiness, this frustration that seems to predominate in our culture. So that would be my answer. And that's what I would propose as the solution to capitalism, because I don't think democratic sort of representative democracy and capitalism do provide the answer. I think they're on their way out. You talk to young people now, my God, I mean, they get it. They know that the status quo is not working and we need an alternative. And they think only the far right is offering an alternative. All the mainstream parties are just singing from the same song sheet, more of the same. So you can see why they might turn to these really very unpleasant and undesirable alternatives. And I think the change we have to manifest is structural. When I say we have to manifest it, we actually have to do it. Anarchists are very big on praxis, not just words and rhetoric. And that is a huge change from the status quo, which doesn't require you to be active. It requires you to be passive, to do nothing, just to go along with it and vote every 5 years. Not even vote, you don't have to vote. Anarchism requires you to act. And I think that action will transform society. It's not just changing the way we interact politically. It's not just transactional. It's actually social and personal, that it will change our social relations profoundly. Respect, dignity that Nick mentioned, that's part of it. It will be a system that centers our human relationships rather than consumption and hollow materialism. Anarchism proposes that we interact with each other as equals to decide the things that matter together. And I think that would be socially transformative. We would have a very different kind of society where the values of cooperation were supreme, mutual aid rather than competition. And I think that would be self-sustaining because I think it is much more aligned with what people are really like than capitalism, which turns us into functionaries of a capitalist system as workers or consumers, that we're one or the other or both. And I don't think that's the essence of being human. So I personally think anarchism is much more enabling of what it is to be truly human. And if that is the case, if that hypothesis is correct, then if we do anarchism, we will find ourselves being more human, and that will sustain itself.